Yo, what's up, Jims? Hope your day's going well. I'm gonna be right back. I have to go mess with something real quick, but I'll get to any messages in a second. Just in time. Awesome. Oh, cool. Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It's currently 7:30 p.m. Central Time. I'm gonna mess with some settings real quick. Eeh. Eeh. My table's being. Oh no! That was the sound of my stream pad hitting my table because I am not well coordinated. Here we go. Cool. So, yeah, hope you're all having a good one so far. If not, well, guess what? We get an hour today to do something that we love, and that is draw. But first, gotta warm up. That is the Drawbox page. I didn't even mean to. How is that open? That shouldn't be open. Anyways, yeah. Hope you're all having a good one so far. It's been a chill day actually. Got to play video games for the first time in a while. In fact, I got to the point where I was like done playing the video, like I didn't want to play anymore. I was playing the finals. Rather fitting name for what's currently happening in school. My desk is being. There we go. And like, as all things do, I was like, okay, I'm done. And then I didn't want to draw because I wasn't totally in the drawing mood. And I didn't want to, I knew I shouldn't program or anything because I would just stress myself out. I might fall asleep. Woke up at 6 a.m. Oh my goodness. Well, shout out to you for waking up that early. But yeah, it's totally fun if you fall asleep. No worries. I was going to do a gag where oh, Jims, if you're going to fall asleep, let's play some calm music. And I play Igor or something. Studying huge. Best of luck with your studies. I'm the bird equivalent of the lo-fi study girl. I guess. That's what I would like to hail myself as. Thank you. In fact, yeah, I did some homework for a class that I have an exam for next week. And I was hoping I wouldn't get that high of a score so I could be like, oh, I need to do all this studying. I need to make a study plan. I got it 100. And I know that's a weird thing to complain about, but the fact that I did so well in the homework without even trying makes it harder for me to care about studying, if that makes sense, right? I know I should, and I will, just not feeling that inspired. Because even if I don't study, I need a 30 to make an A, so who cares? It's a difficult game, but I'll do my best, blah, blah, blah. But for now, we draw. I have some chores and stuff to go throughout the week. And yeah, I guess I'll try to divvy up my time between playing games and drawing. maybe working on some personal projects and actually studying for that class. I do have a bit of reading to do to catch up, but once again, it's hard to spur myself into action for that one. I could feel a headache coming on, so during BRB, we're going to take some anti-headache medicine. We're going to pick up where we left off yesterday. Actually, no. We're going to redo what we did yesterday because I'm not happy with it. I want to redo the ortho. Specifically the curve on the top of it and then some minor mistakes throughout it. You know, now that we're more experienced, I feel like we could get something slightly better, which, Kavel, you're redoing. But it's a demo, and no, there's no excuse. Yo, what's up, Penguin? Welcome back. Day 2 of Penguin. Hope you're doing well. Hey, you just did a workout. Shout out. Huge. Getting ripped. Today, I don't know why. Because, like, I like going to the gym a lot. But, like, in the middle of the today, today was the first day in a while I forgot that I went to the gym, like, completely. Like, I was like, did I go to the gym today? It's because I decided to sleep in quite a bit. And I think, like, I just threw off my own internal schedule and clock. Which I need. It is more important than ever that I retain a good sleep schedule. Over these coming days. I have such a horrible habit of when school's over, my sleep schedule takes a hit. But anyways, yeah, I completely forgot that I went to the gym. I was like, oh shoot, now I have to make time for it. And then as I thought about it, I was like, oh, I did. Also, I got woken up by my upstairs neighbors. I don't know, they've been on a tear recently. Just like walking, like literally just walking thump, thump, thump. It's so annoying. I don't know what to do. Because like typically it doesn't bother me that much. But man, like for it to wake me up, that's impressive. It was like 1:40 a.m. Like, what are you doing that needs all of that? Actually, I kind of want to stick with this. Yeah, we'll stick with that. I think I checked this one as well. I just realized, thinking about the gym kind of reminded me of this. When I first started the channel and then the second year, or the start of the second year, that's, New Year's-ish, right? It's like December 29th, I think, is our birthday. The channel's birthday. And we do get an influx of people walking in, want to pick up art or whatever other hobbies. Sadly, it is a truth that I don't see many of them stay. But I just realized we won't be there for that because we'll be away for a bit. So we'll be missing the temporary influx of New Year's. I don't know what to call that group. And I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be undermine. Like, these are people who want to change their lives in some way for the better, right? They want to work out more. They want to eat better. They want to draw. They want to make music. All of wonderful, awesome things that I sincerely, sincerely, sincerely hope that they commit to and stick to. It's just, I feel like, we're not really armed that well with tools for discipline. We have like the passion to build discipline and stuff. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to habituate that. It's very hard. Because, we can be struck with the passion to make something. And then once the reality of it's, how difficult it is to implement it sets in, that can really hurt people who are genuinely creative, passionate. Oof, that was Boeing. Oof. And this channel, and like in a way, exists for those people, right? I made this channel not only to catalog my progress, but to encourage other people to spend an hour a day doing something that they love. And so, I'd love to be a touchstone for people wanting to pick up new hobbies and stuff. It's just hard. Especially when the status quo of using your phone or whatever, something I do a lot, right? Passively consuming media is so much more pleasurable, immediately pleasurable, I guess I should say. I'm preaching to the choir, though. And yeah, in my opinion, it all returns to the rather reductive, if it was easy, everyone would do it. Because I feel like that quote doesn't say too much. And one that I prefer is this is the friction that builds great artists, which I'm still convinced I came up with that one on my own. I'm going to sell mugs with it. I'm going to copyright trademark the phrase. And I like, this is the friction that builds great artists. Is it says this right here, what we're experiencing right now, it's born of a bit of that, cognitive behavioral therapy, which helps you build the mindfulness to recognize your emotions in the moment. And so that quote, said it identifies the monster that is difficulty or whatever you want to say in terms of what disparages us from making cool stuff. And by identifying the monster, I feel like it kind of undermines it. It's like, look, this is the thing that everyone fails against, So long as you overcome this one thing, not that it's going to be easy, but that it is doable and knowable, you will have at least made it over the hump that has, taken out so many. Doesn't mean it's going to be smooth sailing afterwards, but you can fail anywhere. And you can only succeed, I guess, in one place, really, at the end. Maybe that's naive, though. A wise man once said the end is never the end. It's largely internally defined. Like, what constitutes the end of Drawbox? And that's my opinion, where you get all that you wanted out of it. Maybe all that you should. Because you could want to become a perfect artist, whatever perfect means. But that won't happen with just Drawbox. No shade on Drawbox, but this is the tutorial zone, right? You're not going to defeat Melania just because you fought the intro boss, right? The theme of this semester. And it's a theme I hate because I don't want to accept it, but it seems brutally true. Just because you tried hard at something doesn't mean it's going to work out. Which is like sobering and awful to say, right? It really kills hope. Yeah, like I haven't seen much to yeah. It's just maybe it's just an helpful thing to say, right? Because it doesn't really fix anything by saying that, right? Because like when you make something, you're like undoubtedly a part of it. You've put so much of your effort and work into it, especially if it's like a year-long project or more, or just occupies so many hours of your day. But like to oppose that statement, I feel like would be to say, oh, well, you deserve something of your effort regardless of the outcome, which seems in some ways a bit nonsensical. Like just because this is some whimsical ass music, just because I tried hard at Drawbox doesn't mean I get everything I can out of it. Oy, 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 look at that. See? Just because I ghosted a lot. Ugh, that's awful. Anyways, okay. We're going to do a 2-minute ad break, guys. The usual. We're going to come back, then continue work on our mouse demo. This may be a bit of a longer BRB. We'll see. I have to move some stuff. But yeah, so be right back, everybody. Cool, cool. We're back. So, and I just realized last time I took this medicine for a headache, I didn't read the directions. I only took half the dose. So now I have the full dose. So hopefully that headache will go away this time. So, we are returning to the mouse demo, where we have a mouse here. We're going to redo the construction. Yes, the ortho. Just because last time there was some stuff I didn't like. This time what I want to do is once it hits right here, I want a full-on curve. No stopping. Crazy curve, crazy style, in fact. Here's our old one. Maybe we'll even lower it to the... No, that's still definitely a third. We just need a better way of doing that curve. And I also curved it too early. But yeah, so we're going to redo it because I'm psychotic. I redo everything. And uncomfortable will get me one day. My days will be rude. With how many times I've redone drawings. But for now, we're gonna have fun with it. So let's get started. Yeah, we did most of the mental labor last time. In fact, for this, oh yeah, we'll keep this one up. We still have the arduous process of accurately putting our ortho on the page, setting everything up. But there are worse fates, I believe. So yeah, last time it was 1.5 by 3 3/8. We added a 1/4 inch buffer, I believe. Wrong side of the ruler. One of my sides of the ruler has a bump on it. So if it's gonna be 3 3/8 and we're adding 2/8 to it, it's gonna be 3 5/8. So 2, 3, and 5/8. If we measure that, that should be 3 3/8 about. Yep. It's gonna be 1.5 tall. I've been rewatching Mob Psycho. I'm about rewatching anime. Like I probably wouldn't rewatch Hunter x Hunter, even though I absolutely love Hunter x Hunter. It's amazing. Just some anime, like yeah, I'm not rewatching. I think the only ones that I've enjoyed rewatching is Psyche K and Mob Psycho so far, and a bit in Freerun. I probably wouldn't rewatch AOT, not because it doesn't fulfill the rewatch factor. Maybe it does, or maybe it doesn't. Who knows? But it's just so long. Let's see. This is 1.5. We're adding a 1/4, so it's gonna be 1.75 right here. And I like going above with the ruler. That's nice. One done. Only took 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 6 minutes, 6 minutes. Let's see, this is going to be 1.5 inches tall by, no, 2.25. 2.25. Nice. Yo, what's up, Delano? How's it moving? It's gonna be 3 3/8. Huge, good to hear. I mean, good to hear that you're making the most out of it. Sorry to hear that you got lots of work. So we're gonna go to 3 and so. How do I keep picking the wrong side of the ruler? Ugh. We're currently working on the lesson 6 mouse demo. Surprisingly, not an actual animal mouse, but a computer mouse. Sadly, we are no longer in lesson 5. So no animal mice for us. Pretty good. We're near the end of the semester. Only one exam remaining. I'm not too stressed about it. Trying to take it easy. Balancing things by, not burning myself out as I usually do when I get this much free time suddenly, but also not trying to lose my discipline and just stop working on things entirely, which is a very difficult task for me to balance, but great exercise nonetheless. trying to draw on my free time as well, but also give myself breaks. Like today, I was thinking about it, but then I realized I was not in the correct mindset. Or like I was not, I'd say I'm in the wrong mindset. Not that like, my default is I will draw unless I'm in a mindset. Not the default is I won't draw unless I'm in a mindset, if that makes sense. I was in like a, not a negative one, but one where I was definitely had expectations if I was going to draw right then. So I needed to calm down in a way, reorient myself, question why I wanted to draw in that instance and what I wanted out of it. Weirdly enough, it's hard for me to pin why I want to draw when I draw in the most like healthy ways, healthful ways. Like there are times when I draw where I have expectations and I want to make a pretty picture and I'm flustered and I draw because I want, we've been over this. I draw because I want to make something pretty to make myself feel better, right? Because I confuse that with the act of liking drawing. Like I like drawing because I make pretty pictures. No, I like it just for the sake of it, right? And then there's times I draw, but and then I bake stuff that I like and I just have fun or, just have fun or just enjoy the process rather than have fun. And, I'm trying to discern when that happens so I can reproduce that. I didn't obey the complete center right there. I probably should have, but we're going to ignore that for now. Alrighty, let's start constructing our mouse. We'll start with this section over here. We actually know the halfway mark. If we divide into fourths, we can get the halfway mark where it intersects right here. Ooh. What's up, Bear? I wouldn't say it's necessarily those days. Because, if I sit down and reorient myself for a better mentality with drawing, then I can. How's your day going so far, Barrington? You guys know we're on first name basis, just saying. I'm that in the know, I'm that gangster. Mugwort. That's what I'm gonna say if I ever get mad at Bear. Did your parents ever hit the full pretty good? That's good to hear. Your parents ever hit the full legal name? I can only remember once, and I don't remember what it was, but I just remember the fact that they said my full legal name, and it wasn't even that much of an intense thing. Sure, they were yelling at me, but it wasn't like anything that I think constitutes the full legal name. They said Kavel draws, Kavel underscore draws, get over here. Dude, they said my YouTube channel ID. Like all the numbers and stuff. They were that mad. We don't work like that, Velen. I'm once again asking any warlocks, wizards, or magic capable folks in chat to, I don't like saying the word folks. I'm trying to say it more just because I can. It's not for me. Individuals in chat that are magically inclined, please banish the headache I have right now. Thank you. No curses. Remember, we've talked about this. No curses. No cursing the streamer. Streamer curses get 5-day bans. You've been warned. I'm shaky. Why am I shaky? I did have caffeine before stream, but not that much. Man, now that I'm like out of exams and stuff, I'm having so many nightmares every night about exams and assignments. Like, wait, did I submit that? I woke up 5 times last night to check my phone to see if I had like assignments that I missed. It's a terrible feeling. I hate it. And it takes forever to go away. And it's going to suck because if I study abroad, or when I study abroad, I guess I should say, it's probably not going to go away then either. PTSD. It feels like it, man. But eventually it will subside. I did get it. I wrote this in the server, but I got an email today, and like I've been watching my emails for grades and stuff. And while I was trimming my beard, I have an electric peanut wall. If you guys are interested, I like it. I'm not sponsored, but I like the peanut wall trimmer. I use it for my beard, and I was like doing my sideburns, and then like I got a notification, so I looked instinctively, and I put like a dent in my sideburn, and I'm so mad about it. It's so, dude, it's such a bad feeling, because like if you're looking at me straight on, you do not see it, but looking at my side profile, you're like, holy crap, it's rough. I think the worst part is it has like that darker complexion, the missing spot, because it's like when someone goes bald, but you can still see like the very like you'd have to have a close shave on the head to do that. So yeah, don't be stupid. Moral of the story. A wall. Put those for pets. Is it? I'm pretty sure, because I'm pretty sure my barber uses wall. Also, new poke video out. Very good, very funny. 80% of it is the Germa Thanksgiving bit. That's how you know that bit was good. How the fuck do we find the center of this? Bam. They specialize in barber and animals. Ah, there we go. That's how you know you're a good brand. No, I should not be. I've only used one of Wall's products and I like it, but that does not mean I should rep them. They need to pay me first. I want that money. Dirty brown water. Sorry, I love Alan so much. I need to get over it. But Alan is so funny from Smiling Friends. Dirty brown water. Let's divide this into thirds. I forgot to get my thirds graph out. Let me get my thirds graph out. It's in Discord. Oh, can take a second. Night in the Woods music. Let's go. But yeah, my mom called, or like I called my mom today, and she was like, "Hey, I have an idea for Christmas." I'm like, "What's up?" And she's like, "We're gonna give you a picture of your grandma's like old house, and you should draw it." And like, I want to, but that's a lot of pressure. Because like I know my grandma would like anything I make her, but I don't know. I feel like I need to show up and show out for that. I would only have about 7-ish days, less than 7 days to work on it. I'm down, honestly, but it would probably require me drawing like all day, every day, and I don't want to burn myself out before I go abroad. But it is something I'm into. I've always loved those kind of drawings. It's like the pencil sketch, like almost architectural sketch of a house. And yeah, those exam dreams suck. Ah, dang it, that's not the right pen. Barrington Mug, if you are still here, how is your animation stuff going? And if me discussing it on stream is intrusive or annoying, please let me know one way or the other. This is my form of pseudo accountability, but I'm also just interested in how it's moving. So I have these little thing here. We'll do this. I have like these little graphs up, and does this only work if it's a square? You give up? That's valid. The square or rectangle. Okay, we're good. What was the philosophy behind this choice? If you don't mind me asking. Let's see. So if we wanted to divide this into thirds, we'd have to split it in half and then do the diamond. Brr. Oh, that's Discord. I mean, you guys can look at my Discord. I don't care. But let's see. If we want to find the third, we'd have an arrow going like. You guys could barely see my mouse. If you can, you're an OG. I don't know. We'd have like a line going to the center, so we still need the center. And then we need the cross from over here. And we can get that cross. No, we can't. Oh, wait, no, we already have a cross going through there. So either we can get the center by going in the middle like this, and doing that, or doing one right here. But we don't know the center to do that. Oh, wait. We can just go upwards. Wait, no, we need the vertical or horizontal center. Activate. There we go. Yeah, I feel pretty pathetic always quitting on things, but I've come to terms with myself and I'm already satisfied with what I do in drawing. Huge, okay. And this is just my knee-jerk reaction. So critique me if this is wrong, but I don't know. I feel like, you know, and this is just me, right? But pathetic sounds like a very mean word to tell yourself. No, it could be valid to you or whatever, and don't let me be the one to chaperone your feelings of yourself or whatever. But I feel like using that word for yourself doesn't give yourself enough credit. Sure, you know, starting and stopping things all the time could be seen as like flippant or whatever. But I don't know. I've learned that like having that kind of negative self-talk, especially with me, I said this last term, right? I've failed more times in things than other people have even tried those things, like Gmod map making, for example, or making videos, right? Like literally, I think I have like probably a 95% success rate. But man, the 5% that have stuck, those are cool as hell. Like the number of times I've tried picking up drawing, I've tried working out. Technically, the number of times I tried starting YouTube. But that is just my uninformed take. I'm really convinced that I'm doing this wrong. We're going to commit. Middle line, activate. Forgot we could use the sides of the page as like a thing to make sure we're orthogonal. Yeah, it's hurtful for sure. Just tired of myself claiming I'm going to do something and then not committing to it. Yeah. I mean, I feel the same way, like my YouTube videos, dude. The Kavel website. Those are things, yeah, they're on the back burner for sure. Those are going to happen. But man, life gets in the way. Whether it's like immediate things like job, school, whatever, or it's like the more transcendental, like, oh man, I'm feeling rough today. Or maybe now is just not the time for whatever other reason, right? Okay, and then we do our triangle here. There's our third. Is this Genshin? No, this is not Genshin. I thought it was Genshin. Sounds pretty enough to be Genshin. And I'm not sure if it's me being too hopeful that one day I'll get those YouTube videos done and the Kavel website done. I used to say this freshman year. I'm not sure if it's a good coping mechanism or not, but just give me a year, give me 2 years where I don't have to worry about money, I don't have to worry about school or jobs or anything, and I just do the things. But I think that very right there is the game of life, is making those things happen, doing the things we want to do, despite the uncertainties and stuff. Okay, let's get a third going up here. Be the best way to do a third up here. This is a mess. We're gonna readjust this so it's a bit more clean. And yeah, we're actually gonna remove that line and these lines entirely. We'll keep this one because I need it. Nice. Then, ay. Is this the Abzu? Yeah. Tonight's a good night for Abzu. I used to hate on Abzu a lot more than I should have, just because it didn't give me the same experience as Journey. But it's still quite a beautiful game. Now, what I mean hate, I wasn't like, Abzu's awful, don't buy it. I didn't give it the love that it deserves. It was also made, I think, by Microsoft, right? Let me... wrong button. I do that so much. Giant squid, never mind. It was too short. It is very short, especially compared to Journey. Amazing colors, though. I'm just thinking about it right now. Where did this line come from? Didn't I have a fifth in here somewhere? Can't remember where that happened. Yeah, that's supposed to be a fourth. Man, I'm happy right now. Lesson 6 has been pretty intimidating, but I'm glad I can have moments like this where I just figure stuff out. And listen to some Apsu. Hmm. That's a third, right? Two third. Ooh, interesting. Where are you? Hmm. That seems to be another third. Very third-pilled section. In fact, if we just do the triangle here, nah. We could do the triangle here. And look at this. This line right here completes part of the third triangle, like the triangle that would make the thirds. So it's going to be pretty easy to make that, actually. Because that means all we have to do is draw an X through here. So yeah, that could be a third. As for this, we could make it a fifth. Should be oddly specific. It'd be a lower fifth. So we'd have to rotate this. Oh man, this is hard. I can't rotate this in my head. I'm just snipping tool it. Oh, okay. We do this. And if we were to rotate that, it would become like this. I'm gonna puke. That's too many things to do in my head. Because it can't be a third, and it really doesn't feel like it should be the half right here. We also have to figure out where it is. Because if this is the halfway mark, it's still a little bit off to the side in it. Blinky splinky. What the heck is it doing right there? I'm gonna draw this out on my sketch pad right now. If this was like the fifth, fifth by fifth, we have a box Sadly, you guys don't get to see this part. So just trust. We'll start with the vertical one. I'm gonna do this with a colored pen. This is gonna be extra. Here, right? There we go. I forgot the snipping tool thing, and I don't want to alt tab and be like, here's Kavel's home address. I'm so dumb. It's mirrored. So the same place. Dude. I forgot how to. Like Control Alt Shift. There we go. We place these on top of each other. Pure F binds are some of the worst in the world. I would just like to say that. Yeah, look, they're the same spot. So the lower fifth. Look at that. It's where it hits this diagonal. Because that uses the mirroring technique that we've been talking. Oh, wait, no, that assumes that it's a square, though. But, oh, I just realized. If we're not a square, if we're a little bit stretched, how do I turn off? Oh, geez. Pure ref turn off ratio. What? You press shift and drag. I've been lied to? Can PureF not distort images? Can you not keep the same aspect ratio? Wow. Of course, my phone. Whenever I want to Google things that I need quickly, it just doesn't load, and that really makes like whenever I'm repairing my bike and I'm like, oh shoot, how do I put on the derailleur again for like the 100th time? And like I get my greasy like my bike grease hands all over my phone, and I'm like flustered, and I'm trying to Google something, and it just doesn't load. Oh yeah, so you can't. Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm going to assume that only works with squares. So yeah, we just want to target this one over here, which requires us drawing. Oh, that's simple. Just another line. Right. There we go. That was not the right color for this, but. Oh, I just dropped my ruler. No! And I just kicked over my water bottle while picking up my ruler. I swear I'm not this clumsy, usually. Okay, so here is focus. This is what I did. The green ones, which are pretty hard to notice that they're green because I desaturated this so much. The green ones go like this. And then we just need 2 blue lines. So we're going to do that. Because yeah, I think that corner thing only works if it's square, but we are working with squares. That's how we're going to get this corner, both the X and Y, and then that. So I think we've got it. Let's do it. Think about how I want to do these thirds up here. Regardless, I do think I need this half line. Yes. We do need to find which would be better, this or this, to find the center. We're going to need to find the center of this. If we do this, that won't give us much at all. I think this one. Why is my paper doing that? Then we draw a vertical line from here. This automatically gives us our third, right? Because we would usually do the triangle and then do a cross. So that gives us our third. Dude, that's freaking epic. And this will give us no, that doesn't give us our third in the direction that we want. The arrow has to be pointing up or down. If only it were that easy, guys. In fact, we can now... What's the best way to go about this, Cav? We actually do... We can do... I didn't need to draw this line at all. I didn't need to do any of this. That's upsetting. Well, okay. If only I had, like, future vision. But what we can do... That'd be an interesting thought experiment. Is art deterministic? Could you see if your art piece would turn out the way you'd want? Well, it is. I guess it is non-deterministic. Who cares? I'm not having that debate. That's a hard one. My brain can't comprehend that. There's our vertical third. Vertical thirdical. And yeah, that also gave us the lower third over here. So there's a beautiful set of accidental lines that brought this one into existence. And I didn't capitalize on that, which upsets me a little bit, but we'll deal. Okay, let's do our ridiculous amount of fifths up here. I didn't mean to make that line, Kavel. My posture sucks right now. I'm way too chill. Slouching. This could have been done better, but nothing is incorrect so far. Just suboptimal. Oh, I forgot to turn this on. I feel like we're I'm gonna lie to myself and say that's a third. Which we can do rather easily. Let's see, this was supposed to travel all the way down. The same thread that marks over here doesn't actually do anything. And I'd say that curve starts in the middle as well. Hmm. I don't like that though. It doesn't feel right. So I'm going to be extra. That was not straight, but whatever. Okay. Where's this? Hmm. What if we did a fifth for that? Let's do a fifth. Okay, I think we're ready. This looks like some kind of abstract painting or something, but looks kind of cool. So let's double check our lines. Okay. That seems too far. Whatever. Ghostly Sunglasses, welcome back. Hello. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. We're wrapping up the stream tonight, but or like until we're done with this ortho. How's your day going so far? Okay, here comes one of the hardest lines. Go from here to up to this fifth to over to this third and quarter. Or is that a third and third? That's a third and third. Then to this lower. Ooh, I should actually extend this third all the way across. Or at least, yeah. So we're gonna make contact with this. We're basically gonna curl up, make contact with this, hit the third, and then come back. The third's gonna be hit on its lowest, probably about right here. So curl up, down, up. Curl up, down, up. Curl. I think one thing that my orthos could use is how we continue our line. See how like the line right here, you may not be able to see it, is pretty jumpy. I think like in lesson 3, the branching method, we should follow off these lines and continue. That'd benefit us a lot there. Now we can kind of create this part of the mouse. Okay. Now we want this curve. Once again, quite difficult. We're beginning at the lower third here. So I'm going to first then from here we're going to curl. This curve doesn't have much structure to it. We're kind of allowed to do whatever we want here. Isn't necessarily a good thing though. I should have like plotted a point for it to pass through. Like we have this one over here that I can pass through. I'm not sure if we have any line that signifies that though. That's like this a third. Do we have any thirds to work with? We have this. This is a third. This is also a third, so it has to pass through this. Oh, wait, but we don't know the height. Oh, yeah. That is a third, so we'll pass through there. There we go. The beginnings of a mouse. I like this one a lot more. A lot more. As for the buttons and stuff down here, I don't know quite yet. And I actually have to rewatch what Uncomfortable did for that. But we're going to call it here for the night, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. As a review, nothing much. I'm afraid that we're getting a little bit too complex, and it may be harder to remember these specific coordinates from the ortho. Also, some fun news, guys. I want to make the streams this week earlier. That's a weird cadence. I want to stream earlier this week. That's a better way of saying it. What was that, like passive tone versus whatever? So yeah. I'm thinking 3 p.m. if that makes the most people happy. Because that'd make me quite happy. If we could do 3 p.m., that'd be great. Maybe 4. I may do 4. Check the stream. I'm going to schedule it for 4, but we may go earlier. Actually, wait. What about 2? Okay, 2 or 3. I'll make that decision. We'll schedule it for 3 for now. But yeah, so once again, thank you all for joining me tonight. No major review except for just, follow through the curves. And I'm worried about complexity. But other than that, yeah, so thank you very much for joining us, Ghostly Sunglasses, Bear Mug, Delano, Penguin Claws, and Jims. Hopefully Jims is still awake, studying diligently, who knows. But yeah, once again, thank you all for joining, and I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. Remember, maybe 2 or 3 o'clock, we'll see. Bye for now.